I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
And it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah, T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
Something's bubbling heavy in Atlanta, and it's got the whole game on edge. The Harris family, once seen as Southern royalty, might be watching their empire slip right through their fingers. And no, it ain't just because King Harris is wildin' out again. This ain't some random drama. This is a whole dynasty cracking at the seams. That perfect family image? Gone. Shattered by messy fights, online leaks, and whispers that sound more like courtroom confessions than family tea. King Harris, once the golden child groomed to follow in T.I.'s legendary footsteps, just tore up the script. He's not just chasing hits in the studio. He's calling out family secrets, throwing around accusations, and stirring up questions that have clearly been burning inside him for a long time. And now, he's putting the biggest one front and center. Who's really my father? That right there could blow the whole Harris legacy wide open. Folks ain't just sipping sweet tea, they're chugging it, waiting to see how this plays out. Let's be real. People been side-eyeing for a minute. Something always felt off, and King's recent outbursts ain't just teenage drama. This is a young man with a vault of pain finally letting it spill. That clip of him going off at the Falcons game, that wasn't no random moment or clout move. It was the tip of something way deeper. We all had our phones out, watching the chaos unfold like a front row seat to a family meltdown. That so-called family suite turned into a full-on showdown. King came in loud, standing 10 toes down, yelling about how he handles his own, daring his own father to shut him up, on live. And T.I., the same man who once crowned himself King of the South, he was out there looking shook, trying to keep it together but clearly losing grip as everything spiraled on Instagram for the world to see. This wasn't some playful father-son roast. It got real. I was red in the face, struggling to hold back until he finally grabbed King in a quick headlock. Yeah, you blinked and missed it, but the cameras didn't. King yelling, "Get off me!" while T.I. barked back, "You embarrassing yourself and your family."
So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, it just, he.
And Tiny? She tried to cool things down, but just made it worse. Instead of putting out the fire, she poured gas on it, telling everybody King was still sucking on a pacifier till he was 12. Like, what are we doing here? Was that meant to shame King or throw T.I. under the bus? Either way, the fairy tale image of the Harris fam just got thrown out the window. But the real bomb? King let it slip that he never even grew up in that big old mansion. Said he was raised by his grandma, not silver-spooned like people think. He's been on this mission to prove he came up from the bottom, and he's not backing down. While the world saw glitz, gated communities, and reality TV cameras painting a picture-perfect life, something darker was bubbling underneath. The real drama broke through when King started putting his pain on full blast, calling out mistreatment, isolation, and feeling like an outsider in his own family. And suddenly, all those viral rants and fiery tracks hit different. He wasn't just lashing out, he was trying to tell the world, behind those mansion walls, something's been off for years. It wasn't about fame, money, or attention. It was about the truth being buried. And here's where the whispers turn into sirens. Word on the street is King went and did the unthinkable. Multiple insiders say he took a secret paternity test behind T.I.'s back. Yeah, not a fight over curfews or phones. This was next level. After years of hearing rumors, hearing people throw slick comments about timelines and resemblance, King allegedly decided to get his own answers. Was he really T.I.'s biological son? Or had he been sold a dream this whole time? Nobody in the family's talking publicly, but the tension is thick. The way King's been moving, it's giving desperate for truth. And suddenly, all those explosive posts and blow-ups with his father seem like the unraveling of a kid who's realizing his whole identity might have been built on a lie.
trying to coddle him for? Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
If that test didn't line up with what he's been told his whole life, then we're not talking about a little family drama. We're talking about a secret that could rock the entire industry. Of course, once the internet got a whiff of the drama, it didn't just blow up. It exploded. TikTok wasted no time turning a private family crisis into a viral circus. You already know how they do. Took real pain and flipped it into the wildest conspiracy theories the algorithm could handle. And just like that, it got messy. One of the loudest theories? That King ain't even T.I.'s son at all. Yeah, they're saying the whole thing's a setup straight out of a reality TV fever dream. The juiciest version? King is actually the child of Tiny's secret daughter, a whole alleged chapter from her past that nobody saw coming. According to this theory, the woman we thought was King's mother isn't, and the real story's been hidden for years. That flipped the Harris family tree from a Southern legacy into a straight-up mystery novel. Missing branches, covered roots, and question marks all over the place. Sounds wild, right? But since when has wild stopped the internet? Folks are eating it up. Even daytime talk shows been lurking around, trying to sniff out the truth for their next headline segment. Meanwhile, those closest to the situation are trying hard to shut it down. Tiny jumped online to call the DNA rumors straight lies. And King's sister, Zuni, she clapped back with, "Which street did this rumor even crawl off of?" None of this would be hitting this hard if the Harrises hadn't sold themselves as Southern hip-hop royalty. For years, they flexed that power couple image, platinum plaques on the wall, Grammy nods on the shelf, VH1 deals locked in, and kids looking picture perfect on every timeline.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of woo-saw yourself outside of the public opinion.
It was a whole brand. Luxury, loyalty, legacy. We watched it all. The designer kitchens, the red carpets, the big cookouts. 7 kids deep, and they made it look like you could have it all. Fame, fortune, and a functional family, wrapped up with a bow for primetime TV. But now, the camera's gone and the truth spilling out like flat champagne. And King? He's not the only Harris making the blogs lately. Legal drama, mugshots, and reckless live streams, they've become more common than birthday posts. King's name stay hot in the headlines. That late-night stop in Georgia? Caught with a firearm, allegedly. Then he hits social media like it's a flex, bragging he still had his chain. Like, what even is that? This ain't the same polished son from the TV days. This is a young man unraveling in real time. Every slip posted, every fight dissected, every moment blown up for clicks. It's messy, and the internet is eating it up. But we gotta zoom out. While King and T.I were going head-to-head in public, the Harris name was already back in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Old allegations from deep in the vault, claims of manipulation, shady behavior, and serious misconduct resurfaced like ghosts from the past. Sabrina Peterson, once a close friend of the Harris crew, has flipped the script entirely. Now she's a full-blown force, and she's not letting up. She's out here claiming she's got receipts, and she's not whispering about it either. She's threatening to air out everything. No filters, no mercy. And she's not just coming for T.I and Tiny anymore. She threw King into the mix too. Said she's protected him from the fallout before, but now she's done playing quiet. Meanwhile, T.I.'s still trying to keep his cool on the gram, telling people to stop spreading lies and to stay positive. But come on, nobody's buying that namaste energy when the house is on fire.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting has gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
Behind the scenes, word is the feds might be circling. And Sabrina, she straight up said, the feds already have this. It's not about them anymore. It's my birthday, and it's about me. She's claiming the truth's coming, whether the public's ready or not. And let's be honest, the Harris family, once untouchable, is taking hits from every direction. While T's beef with King keeps boiling, he's trying to smile for the cameras, still posting like it's business as usual. After that viral meltdown at the Falcons game, he even tried to flip the moment to promote King's music. Called the Harris fam tied like a knot, claiming no drama could tear them apart. He posted, "What y'all talking about? The H family is tied like a knot. We all we got. For life." Every post, every outburst, it's not just noise. It's a plea, a demand to be seen, to be heard, to crack open whatever secrets the grown folks have been burying for years. At this point, the spectacle ain't just messy, it's unavoidable. Fans, critics, and even folks who never watched a minute of their show are asking the same thing. Was that paternity twist just the beginning? Could the so-called Harris dynasty, once sold as Atlanta's royal family, really be stitched together with half-truths, cover-ups, and the kind of secrets that never made it past the editing room? Every side-eye to an old family photo, every TikTok breakdown, every wait-a-minute moment has people wondering if the truth is even wilder than the reality show ever hinted at. And King? He's standing tall, refusing to let his father control the family narrative. This isn't just a son rebelling, it's a public battle for identity. And one loud question keeps bouncing across the internet. What else is he hiding? How deep does this family drama really go? What we're witnessing is bigger than beef. It's a young man trying to carve out his own name while the world keeps throwing his last one back in his face.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but...
King Harris isn't just walking away from the family image. He's straight up burning it down, one explosive post at a time. Lately, his whole vibe screams, "I don't need y'all." From boxing gloves and out there outfits to captions sharp enough to cut, King's Instagram feels like a billboard for rebellion. Raw, unfiltered. That slick, rebellious energy King's serving, it's soaked in defiance. Gone is the polished, camera-ready TV kid we used to see at red carpets and cookouts. Now we've got a 20-year-old grinding in the booth, dropping raw tracks, laughing at the silver spoon rumors, and making it loud that he wants nothing to do with riding T.I.'s coattails. Good or bad. But walking away from a last name like Harris? That ain't easy. It's like trying to ditch a shadow in broad daylight. No matter how hard King tries to rewrite his story, the past keeps dragging him back. The arrest in Georgia, the meltdown at that Falcons game, each one just pulls him tighter into the same family drama he's trying to escape. And it's not just the media keeping tabs. His own folks are watching every move. The moment he pops off online, here come Tiny or Zonique clapping back, telling fans to stop believing the mess and trust the real version of events. But the harder King tries to break away, the more it feels like that Harris legacy is pressing in, like a weight he didn't ask for, but can't shake off. Look past the trending topics, and it stops feeling like a PR issue and starts looking like pain, real pain, the kind that doesn't fade with fame. Because the truth King keeps hinting at,
Mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who would pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
it's not about music, money, or TikTok rumors. While the rest of the Harris clan posed behind mansion gates and smiled for VH1 cameras, King says he found peace somewhere else, at his grandma Diane's house. No cameras, no scripts, just a quiet space far from the noise. When King talks about her, the whole vibe changes. He calls her Mama, not out of habit, but out of respect. Says she shaped him, raised him, and still checks him when needed. And he takes it with love. Yeah, the public might remember King as the wild child with grills, viral meltdowns, and a streak of chaos. But behind that image, Grandma Diane's been the one steady voice. The only real parent in a world full of assistants, producers, and publicists, just trying to keep the brand alive. But if the rumors are true that he really did take a secret paternity test, then that might be the hidden spark behind the family's recent spiral. Not the Falcons fight, not the TikTok gossip, but this silent, personal bombshell. If he really went looking for that truth behind closed doors, it's more than just teenage rebellion. It's King rejecting the life they built around him. It's not about clout or revenge, it's about clarity. For King, digging into that truth could have been the only way to quiet a question that's haunted him since day one. But now that the rumors are out in the open, the psychological fallout is impossible to ignore. This family, once held together under T.I.'s ironclad brand,
What we not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
is facing a crack so deep, not even a slick Instagram caption or staged family photo can patch it up. Every cryptic post, every lyric dripping with shade, every viral outburst now feels like another reminder that for King, chasing the truth might mean giving up any shot at healing. But the damage doesn't end with bruised egos and awkward silence. The Harris legacy isn't just family, it's business. And when that business hinges on image, a paternity bombshell can bring more than just drama. It can bring legal smoke too. If that test, real or rumor, sparks a formal challenge to King's spot in the Harris bloodline, things could get messy. Behind the scenes, whispers are already flying. Industry insiders are talking legal estrangement, some even hinting that T.I. might go all the way and issue a formal statement to cut ties, disowning King, even publicly. And for a family this brand conscious, that's not just personal, it's catastrophic. The backlash would be instant. Sponsorship deals shaken, TV opportunities paused. The whole Harris empire, built on the image of unity, could take a hit nobody saw coming. But beyond the legal drama and social media spins, there's a more painful layer underneath. The emotional weight of questioning your own bloodline, while millions watch it unfold, cuts deep. That kind of doubt doesn't just disappear. Is King the cautionary tale of a son who blew up his own family just to chase a piece of the truth? Or is he the tragic one, pushed by silence and secrets to break every unspoken rule just to find peace? As the tension thickens, the Harris family's silence says more than any statement ever could. The truth behind the paternity rumors might never hit the public eye, but the fallout, it's already here.
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
Etched into every stiff red carpet appearance and every carefully worded post, that just feels off. This is where the fairy tale really starts to crumble. King's deep bond with his grandmother flips the whole Harris family narrative on its head. Was the perfect household we saw on TV just a shiny illusion? While the real love and parenting happened behind closed doors, off camera, away from the spotlight, did King grow up feeling like a background character in a show starring his own parents? Just a kid on set, longing for real attention while everyone around him played a part to protect the brand? The emotional weight of that shows up in every outburst, every live, every lyric. The more T.I. insists that King was raised right, the louder King pushes back, shouting that he had to figure life out alone. And beneath all that defiance, all that noise, there's a harder truth nobody wants to touch. Maybe this isn't just about clashing personalities or hurt pride. At the heart of all this chaos is one thing: identity. Not just in the biological sense, but in legacy, in belonging, in truth. King's rumored paternity test ain't just some clickbait headline. It's the peak of a lifelong storm, years of feeling off, other, unseen. Did he chase those answers because he always sensed he didn't quite fit? Was he the outlier in a family that cared more about image than honesty? If so, no wonder he's exploding now.
Saying to me, I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, get my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's what that means.
How does a young man build himself when every family photo, every TV episode, every happy moment is shadowed by a silent question? Do I even belong here? And just when it feels like things can't get messier, the outside heat creeps back in. Sabrina Peterson, never one to let the spotlight pass her by, is promising fresh receipts that could flip this whole scandal on its head. She says the feds already got the files, but she wants the fans to see it all too. And this ain't just random noise. Peterson's got a history. She's the same former insider who accused T.I. of threats and brought heavy claims that still hang over the family's name. And she hasn't stopped fanning the flames once. Now, she's tossing King into the mix, claiming she protected him, hinting at DMs and hidden proof the family allegedly tried to bury. It's a full-blown PR disaster for T.I., who's been stuck in a loop, denying, dodging, and dropping vague feel-good quotes on Instagram, but saying it's a beautiful day to not spread lies. Don't hit the same. The internet's already side-eyeing the whole mess and scrolling on to the next viral thread, but the deeper this story goes, the more the Harris empire starts looking like a sandcastle getting swallowed by the tide. When VH1 pulled the plug on their flagship show after those early allegations hit, T.I. was left ranting about no integrity and no closure.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
But reality moved on, and the court cases, lawsuits, and non-stop speculation haven't slowed down one bit. The family's attempts to hold it together starting to feel like reruns. Baby shower group pics, King's music promo, Instagram captions about being tied like a knot. It's giving sitcom energy way past its final season. Even Tiny's recent clapback, calling the paternity rumors clickbait, can't stop the wave. The more they say nothing's wrong, the more obvious it becomes. Something big is brewing, and they're struggling to hold the lid down. Now, every phone is waiting for what drops next. Sabrina Peterson's back in the mix and promising more. Will her so-called receipts finally drop the bombshell fans have been waiting for? Or will it just be another wild turn in a story already packed with lies, secrets, and too many no comments? At this point, even the loyal fans are bracing themselves. Because if Peterson's got what she claims, and it hits harder than the rumors already out there, this might be the twist that unravels the whole Harris legacy for good. Is King about to blow the whole dynasty up from the inside? Or will he end up as just another cautionary tale? A young man crushed by the very legacy he spent his life trying to outrun. Right now, the stakes couldn't be higher. With every rumor dropped, every heated post, every denied accusation, the clock is ticking. And what once looked like a power family now feels like it's hanging by a thread. The spotlight's on, and there's no reality show crew to fix this in editing. The curtain's lifting, and what's behind it ain't polished or pretty. The Harris family can't hide behind TV magic anymore. And one thing's always true in this game: the truth always comes out. And when it does, the Harris legacy might not survive the reveal. So what's your take? Are we watching the final days of Atlanta's first family? Or do they have one last wild comeback in them? Drop your hottest theories in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in. Because over here, we're always watching what's next in the hood. And trust, it's about to get even.